Where's my model? Oh, man. What a way to start the stream. Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. My model just did not want to work today? Cool. But how are we doing? How are we doing? Hello, Brian. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good time zone. This is what I think Final Fantasy music is. Yeah. They have some different music takes. Sorry, I'm trying to get my model on the screen. Okay. There we go. I don't know why, but for Sprout, or Spout, actually, like, I have to unactivate it and then activate it. I don't know why I have to do that. It's weird. But it's an easy fix. Easy fix. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I did not stream Wednesday or Monday. I had a little visitor on Monday. He did not want to leave. He was a little spicy meatball. But he did not leave. I had to force him out. Yep, turn it on. Turn it off, turn it on again. Yup. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, why? I don't know. But yeah, we had a little spicy meatball visit us on Monday. And then Wednesday, I just was not doing well. So I do apologize, everyone. But I am here today. I'm happy I'm here today because today is our long stream days. So, yes. Yeah. Also, making sure I'm not on Twitch. Because we're only supposed to be streaming on YouTube. And I did shut it off. Oh, it still says I'm going live on Twitch. No. It's not letting me end the stream on Twitch. No. What is this? It won't let me go off Twitch. Oh my goodness. Am I okay? I don't know why, but Twitch did not want me to stop streaming. I just started the stream on Twitch because I wanted more people to come over to the YouTube side because we're trying to get to tier 2 YouTube partner, so we need the watch hours. So I was hoping maybe that would help. Hopefully it did. But we're trying. We're trying. I mean, that's how I fix issues when I'm working on a Unity project. I mean, it's a good fix. It is a very, very good fix. Like, the best fix. And it's an easy fix. Like, if that's all you have to do, great, good. I'd rather have that than something complicated that I have to go on Reddit and, like, see if there's an answer from, like, 9 years ago. And hopefully someone answers it and doesn't say, oh yeah, I figured this out. Oh. Man, Reddit has saved me so much with that type of stuff. But I know Reddit is kind of weird now, like on mobile anyways. But for mobile, you can only look on their site for like a few seconds, and then it like says, oh yeah, you need to get the app or log in or something, and I'm like, no, I'm not here for that. Why did you add this feature? Router being stinky, Speaking of, but not really, we haven't had any internet issues this year. Last year we had quite a bit of internet issues, and the streams just, I don't know what happened last summer, but I just remember the streams dying and then coming back. It was really bad, but this year, nah, it was good. I don't know what happened, but honestly, I'm okay with that. But yeah, we're going to, I don't know if we're going to finish RUNT today, but I do want to try to get through 2 more days. Going to try my best. I think. Also, maybe the internet gods decided to help you right now. Maybe, which is super nice. Thank you, internet gods. You finally said this girl needs help. Let's do something. And I will take all the help I can get. Now, if only my audio could be like that. Because I'm still using my old mic, which I'm okay with. Like, it's a good mic. I like the arm on it. But I do want to use my new mic again. I'm just afraid to use it because of the staticky issues. But I'm going to have to use it. I think, I need to bite the bullet and use it soon. Oh, it's collecting dust. But yeah, if you guys want like a cheap, decent mic, fee fine. It's a good mic. It's a cute color. It's a very cute mic. My friend got like a rose gold one and I got like a pink one. Because that's what you do. I think my other friend got a black one too. Dang, I got like everyone on the fee fine mics. But they're good. They're good. Alright, I'm going to load up the game. Because I feel like it's going to take a while. To get through 2 days. But also, I turned my computer on and it's a bit sleepy, so it takes a while for it to wake up. But yeah, I'm super excited. Did it freeze? No, it didn't. Man, I've wanted to play this game since I stopped playing it last Friday. Ugh. But the little spicy meatball, and then my brain. Ugh. But yeah, let me stop the music. I know I should yap for a bit longer so more people can come in, but we're about 20 minutes in. And I really, really want to start. I really want to start. Okay. I shut the YouTube off. And the game's not oh, there we go. I was going to say, why isn't the game showing up? Oh. But yeah, I'm super excited to continue to play this. Hopefully the game volume is decent when we played, like, the first hour was super quiet, but I did not touch the audio from last week. However, it's OBS and it likes to mess things up. So hopefully the volume's okay. Right now it's just kind of like ambiance. Hello, Alaska. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good time zone. I'm going to be really lurking today, but I hope you're well, and I'm excited to watch more of this game. Not a problem. Lurking is poggers. Yes, yes. I am very excited to play. I got my little notes, too, from last time. I just have to find them. Okay, that's the... Yes, I got my notes from last time and what we need to do. So we need to go to Red to get the porn mags. We have to go to the doctor. We have to go to the hot bath because we stink. And then we have to find Mark. And I don't know who that is, but I'm hoping the other places will, like, introduce us to Mark. Because Mark and Tanner were talking. And I also need to figure out how to tell Carver that, Cherylese is looking for him. So, I got a lot on my plate. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm super excited. Please let me know if the game volume is okay, if it's overpowering, if I'm overpowering. I just want to make sure the volume is good for everyone. I love this opening. So cool. I love it. Ambiance seems good. I'll take it. Alright, so we are home. Why did it go... Oh, what? What happened? There we go. Okay. Cool, cool. I was actually, going through the VOD because I wanted to do, like, a video of all of the VODs together. And I was like, I never looked in my, backpack. And then I don't think we have any information here. Yeah, we went with Carver. We're going with Tanner today. Okay. Let's go. So we have 5 hours. So let's... I don't remember where Red is supposed to be. So let's go to the doctor's office. Actually, I think I can hover and see where Red is. I don't see Red, so I guess hopefully we find him. Because I need those magazines. Let's go to the doctor's. Hopefully we can find Red. Hopefully we can find Mark. Up at the corner of Mill and Holland Drive sat Doc's office. Light poured out from the windows, which was a good sign. Nobody's gone home yet. As far as I knew, it was just Doc and his occasional assistant, who did little things like write up notes and help with the rare procedure. Didn't remember their name. Oh? As I stepped inside, chilled from the bitter cold, I saw the reception desk was empty. Maybe it was just Doc today. I felt a bit better about that. Talking one-on-one was easiest for me. But I couldn't help but wonder just where his assistant had gone for the day. I'm wondering if the assistant was Mark. Doc emerged from behind his office door and let out a gasp. Oh geez, Runt, you scared me. I didn't hear you walk in. Sorry, Mr. Dixon. Doc Runt, please. Doy, though I found it impossible to ever call him that to his face, was the town doctor. Well, that turned doctor. Being as small as Skipclaw was in the days before the blackout, there wasn't any hospital or clinic running anymore. Anything that needed more than a band-aid had to be handled over in Grenshaw. All we had in Skipclaw was a vet, and a damn fine one at that. Doc did a lot of work in the early days of darkness, even though he said repeatedly he wasn't a real doctor. But stitching up folks and cleaning wounds ain't too different between species. Turns out, he was pretty good at both. I think Hunter gave him a book on field dressing. A kind of olive branch between them, a sign that Hunter approved of his work in this town. But only to a point. He, like any other head of anything in Skipclaw, wasn't given any sway or extra say in any of the town decisions. This was his role, and he kept it on good behavior. Hello, Era. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good time zone. He worked long hours and always seemed tired, but full of care and wisdom and gentle concern. As time went on, I kept finding myself drawn back to him. I liked his peacefulness, his steadiness, his insights into a world I'd never gotten to see much of before it all disappeared. How's that cough treating you? Oh, I'm fine. It's mostly... The cough came up on me quick, cutting off my words. It had me hacking into my hands for a good half minute before I could talk again. I hate when that happens. It's like, oh, I'm doing okay, and then you're just like dying. It be spooky time. Yes, spooky spookies. It's mostly gone. Alright, well, you better take care now. Try to stay inside where it's warm, alright? This stuff's no joke. Okay, have you seen my brothers? Have you seen Hunter? I know you've seen Hunter. That man will break me in half if I say, can I stay home? I will be dead. He will bury me with the chickens. You need any water? I shook my head. You busy today? I wonder if I can give him the bloody, tissue. Oh, not too busy. No, thank God. I bobbed my head in a nod. He seemed to be in pretty good spirits, and hell, what was I gonna ask him? Hell, what I was gonna ask him might ruin that. How's it going? Just fine, Runt. What can I do for ya? You seem a little worn out today, Mr. Dixon, if you don't mind me saying. Doc Runt. Well, you know, doing my house calls all over town is a bit harder in the mud and the cold, and every winter my old bones ache more and more. But it's nothing a good night's sleep can't fix. You still do house calls often? Yep, every Saturday. Usually, different spots every week, but I gotta rotate that. Gets me around everywhere in Skipclaw once a month. Afterwards, I sit myself down with a nice drink and tune into Red's show. Red, the radio. He's at the radio tower. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Same time, same place, every week. Helps to have structure like that, you know? Make sure you get a good schedule in your life. Eat your greens, do your stretches, have things to look forward to. I wish we could eat our greens. In the US, you can't eat anything without pooping yourself anymore. You ever do the movies on Saturdays? I know the twins are mighty eager for you to come. We had a movie night every few weeks in town. I never went, usually too busy with chores, but the townies gathered for it. No, I can't. Chores, you know. Shame. Young man like yourself ought to have some fun every now and again, especially in a place like this. I didn't know how to respond. I couldn't think of a way to brush it off or reassure him I was having fun. Truth was, I wasn't. Quiet was about as best as I could hope for. Being alone, not being bothered, having a brief moment to myself. Fun was not part of my routine. You ever get a little trinket or something from Bess to play with? Not even a little puzzle? From Bess? No. You been by there recently? I was kinda jonesing for a puzzle myself. Probably why it's on the mind. And stopped by her shop on Saturday. And you know what? She was gone. Whole shop closed up on a Saturday. Ain't it funny? Thought she'd be closed up on a Sunday, but no, it was a Saturday. So no puzzles for me. Do you ever do house calls to Wacko Jean? Jean? No, I don't recall so. But even if I had, well, it wouldn't be quite right for me to be telling you about his health issues, you know? Oh, I'm not trying to pry into that, sir. Just wondering if you know, like, what's up with him is all. What's up with him? Well, he's lived for, gosh, 20, 25 years? Long time. Heard he used to be in the Navy and was married at some point. No children, though, I think. And he's been, well, the whole time I've known him, he's been pretty much the same. Got some interesting ideas, never been too involved in the community, just makes his signs. Not sure what to make of those. I think he's harmless for the most part. Just has a real good set of lungs on him. Do you know if he's friends with anyone here? I'm not sure. One likes to imagine everyone is friendly with their neighbors, but as far as I know, nobody really talks to Wacko. But maybe ask the twins. They might know something more about him. Okay. And if you catch them out after curfew, tell them to come home. I know Jean is a curfew breaker, but they shouldn't be. Alright, if I see them, I will. Thanks. I mulled over whether or not to show him what I found in the church. Given what he did for a living, he probably knows something useful. He probably knows something useful about all the blood and guts. I need to show him. He's like the only person who will know. Can I get your professional opinion on something? That's what I'm here for. I do want to know what his mask is. Like, I don't know what that is. I pulled out my drawings of the guts in the church and held it up for him. Doc came real close and inspected it. I heard a woof of a sigh exit his nose. Then he sat back. Animals, certainly. You draw this? Yes, sir. From life? I hesitated, but eventually nodded. You want to tell me what this is all about? I know Hunter said to keep it quiet, but I need clues. I need people to, like, tell me things. I told him about what we'd found at the church. I'd come this far, and it felt good to let it out. You see there, it says 5 days? Oh yes, I can see that now that you say that. But you don't think this is wishful thinking? That's not the right phrase. You know how when you think you see a face in a shadow, or you mistake a tree stump for somebody out in the corner of your eye? Our brains like doing that sort of thing, an evolutionary advantage. Oddly enough, making patterns out of things. Seeing stuff that isn't really there. Trying to make sense of something that is, in fact, senseless. It is possible that this doesn't say anything at all. It clearly says 5 days. I don't know, we all read it the same way when we saw it. And you were all together, seeing it at the same time. Yeah. And is there anything in your father's work about 5 days? That was an idea. I thought hard about it. No, nothing. That is a mystery. Do you think Bess would know? We chuckled. Maybe. I'll ask. Okay, so Bess. Sounds like she owns the, store. And we need to ask her some questions, but I wonder why she would know. Doc was done talking about it, I could tell. I pulled out the bloody scrap and held it out for him. Yes, this is what I wanted. There's also this. Doc took it in his hand and turned it over. After a moment, I could hear him sniff the air. It's blood. It's gonna smell like blood. You're not gonna be able to tell. You're not Hannibal. You don't have that powerful sniffer, my dude. Yeah, it stinks. He put it up to his mask and inhaled. Oh my, it sure does, doesn't it? He handed it back to me. Well, it's not blood. Though it's meant to look like it. Really? Not animal blood, I can tell you that. Unless, no. I don't know how it'd get contaminated somehow to smell like that. Not human blood either. I looked at the bloody scrap in my hand, stunned. It wasn't blood. What? I'm sorry, I don't have any more answers. Well, I was kind of hoping it was blood. That's why I went to the doctor. That's all right, Mr. Dixon. You've been a big help today. I appreciate it. Anything else I can do for you, Runt? I'm all good, Doc. I'll see you around. If you see the twins, tell them not to be late to dinner again. I will. I gave him a wave at the door as the entrance bell chimed softly above me. Its little ring followed me as I entered into Skip Claw with more questions than I had answers. Okay, so we got 4 hours left and we went to the doctor. Where's the radio? Okay, so let's go to Red right now. I'll admit, I loved going to the radio tower. I never went often. Hunter didn't like seeing my ass heading that way unless it was absolutely necessary. But I savored every chance I got to climb up those steps and stare out over Skipclaw. It was excuse me. It was the safest I ever felt, high above it all, not a part of all the chaos and confusion and constant misery. I felt that thrill go through me as I climbed up the hill, passing the big truck cab that Red left sleeping beneath the tower. The metal steps clanged with each step, my knees aching as I got higher and higher. In I went into the warm glow of the station. Red was across the room, laying back on his bed with a well-worn book while the radio played soft country music. Oh, I was just wondering who was coming up. He set the book down and with a yawn got to his feet. Red was a trucker who did long hauls before the blackout. He wasn't a local to Skipclaw. His route brought him here and he ended up trapped when it all went down. Oof. But he made the best of a bad situation. He settled in quick and without a thought, gave away all that was in his truck to help us, which was, luckily, seeds. He won over a lot of people with his openness, and his stories about his travels made him great company. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone to say a bad word about him. Except, of course, Hunter. Hunter hates everyone. Hunter hates everyone but River. And River is dead. So, how's things, Big Tex? I chuckled like I always did when he called me that. See, Red was from the down south, from this state called Texas. Apparently, that's where Dad was born, before he moved up here. I only learned that when Red caught me saying this one phrase. Okay, so they're not deep south, because they said up, and Texas is like the bottom of the US. So they're like, I don't know. They're not south as I thought. What was it? Don't squat on your spurs? Yeah, I said that and Red said he hadn't heard it in forever. We got talking and pieces started to come together. Funny how I learned more about the state from an outsider than my dad. Everything go all right with ya? Sorry, everything go all right with, Sunday? I swallowed hard. I thought back to Hunter, sitting at the end of the table, the gaping maw of his mask staring down at me. I couldn't tell him. Not then. I didn't have the nerve. All went fine. Red looked at me a second, hands in his pockets. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I don't really want to talk about it, if that's all right with you. Of course, I didn't mean... I was just curious. He turned away to the desk, pivoting out of the awkward situation I had put us in. Well, it's the country hour now. You caught me just as I was about to prep for the next block. I watched him as he started fiddling with knobs and pushing buttons on the machinery on the desk. You got any favorite songs there, Big Tex? I didn't know much about music, not really being allowed to listen to anything except music in church growing up, so I shrugged. Well, I guess I like about anything. Why? I'm making a mix for our doc. Really? For playing in his office? I think it's more for like home than work. Some cooking tunes. Cooking tunes. I like the sound of that. It never occurred to me before. Yeah, somebody might listen to some music while cooking. It sure would brighten up the kitchen. Do you make mixtapes often? If things are slow, yeah, it's cool. It really helps me get a read on people, figuring out what they like and all. Good way to reach out to. Make some kind of connection. I've been trying to get a good mix together for Len, but he's a tough one to figure out. Kind of a loner. Len. We have not heard that name. Really keeps to himself in that big old house of his, and I think Cheryl's the only one that ever goes by. I don't know if he's got any friends. I was hoping a mix would be a nice point for us, though, Me and him, both kinda on the fringes here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love talking to people, but I just got a feeling that he and I would get on like a house fire. Plus, if I'm honest, I want to sit on that porch of his. That made me laugh. You got a pretty nice view up here, though. That's true. But you know what I don't got here? A rocking chair, a cool breeze, and a tall glass of iced tea. Now that's porch sitting. Sure does sound nice. Yeah. Red was still a second. I guess he was closing his eyes, savoring the idea of it. Hell, not even Wacko Jean doing his nightly curfew break-in could sully a scene like that. Okay, so Jean is popped up again. Well, hey, you want a mix too? Well, yes, but I ain't sure Hunter'd take kindly to noise in the house. He bobbed his head. I think you might be right about that. What kind of music do you know about? Just like hymns and stuff mainly. Stuff that best play on the piano before service. Our God is an awesome God and like stuff like that mostly. I see. Sometimes if I got to go into a store, I'd hear something on the radio which was cool, but I don't know any names of anything. You got a favorite hymn? Our holy voice. Why is that green? That's, Fisher's. What was green? Hang on. I wrote this down. Oh. You know what's funny? I wrote all of the colors down and what they corresponded with. I didn't write what green corresponded with. LOL. Okay, so red was aggressive. Yellow was not people-pleasing, because that's Carver's. I mean, he does like people, but like, you know. He likes people in a different way. Blue is kind of scared, which is Tanner. I don't know much about Fisher, so I don't know what that green is. God. I don't know if I should say hell no or just our holy voice. I don't even, you know what? We'll do it. Our holy voice. I ain't familiar with that one. Oh, it's one Dad wrote. I started singing out the first verse for him, the words floating through the melody. Weirdly comforting. It was slow, it was calm, it was nothing like how the past few days had felt. It was like it made the waters of my heart still. But as I continued to sing, I got the increasing feeling that Red wasn't like actually that interested in hearing it. Sheepishly stopped before I got to the chorus. He was giving him his own little show. It's kind of like that. Yeah, very religious. I nodded, ashamed that I had lost myself in the song for a moment. But the tune is nice. Got a real, like, serene feeling to it. Yeah. Music, sort of saved me on a lot of nights. Driving on those long roads, my eyes spin from highway hypnosis. That's when the road makes your eyes go all funny. Music helped me a lot then. Long haul is, well, it's a lonely job. And music does a lot for the lonely soul. Were you always a trucker? Worked as a butcher. Did it a few years, but just needed a change. Felt bored with life, just going to work, coming home, going back to work. Couldn't do it anymore. That surprised me. Red had been a butcher, so he'd know how to cut up an animal real good. He'd know how to handle guts and organs without nicking them. He had the skills to do what we'd seen in the church. And honestly, being a butcher was starting to put me off meat. The smell of it never seemed to leave. I imagine if I stayed a butcher, I might have become a vegetarian. Hello, Lappy. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good time zone. Yes, so I decided to start a Twitch stream so more people would come over to the YouTube side so we can get the watch hours. So I do apologize. Because the only way people would know I'm streaming is if they follow me on YouTube or are in the Discord. And I was like, a lot of people don't follow me on those two, so I will jump on Twitch and say, hey, I'm over on YouTube. We're trying to get tier 2 partner. So I'm sorry about that, Lappy. He laughed at that. Not that I think it's cruelty to animals or anything, but all that blood every day, it's fine to eat them, just, you know, don't be mixing and fight and shit like that. You know, Willie tried to rope me into some cockfighting when I first got here. Nasty stuff. You didn't, did you? Told that fucker to fuck right off. He's never liked me since. Good, I don't think you'd want that guy liking you. Though, I don't think you'd have much of a problem dealing with him. I bet you could knock him flat. You calling me big? No, I mean like you're strong looking is all. Real tough. Red chuckled and shook his head. He went about shuffling through notes and cassette tapes on his desk looking for something. Next hour is going to be classical if I can Find the damn tape I wanted to use. Wouldn't be too put off if I can't, though. That stuff kind of puts me to sleep. I laughed, though I wasn't really sure what classical music was. He seemed to be implying that it was time for me to get a move on. If I wanted to ask Red about what I'd gather in the church that morning, I ought to do it now. I just had to be real careful to make sure that Red didn't tell anyone. I think Red would be good, but at the same time... Because we already got confirmation that the guts were animals from the doctor. And the smell. We already got confirmation that it doesn't smell like blood either. I don't think I'm gonna tell him. He's a cool guy, but I don't think I should tell him. Don't tell him. The fear of Hunter ran too deep in me. I felt the weight of the drawn and the blood scrap getting heavier just at the thought of letting an enemy like Red in on Strayer business. I couldn't do it. Hunter would beat me bloody. Whatever Red might know, it wasn't worth it. As we talked, the twins' request nipped at my mind. Hell yeah, we're getting the porn. I didn't want to ask, but the idea of what they might know ate at me. If the twins had secrets, anything might help. I didn't feel like I had to learn too much yet. Something had to give, and if it was my embarrassment, so be it. What's up, Runt? You got all quiet. Red, do you got any of those, magazines around here? Magazines? I've got some. What type do you mean? My brain refused to work. Fritz in itself something fierce. You know. Red waited, patient as ever. The kind with you know. Relax there, Big Tex. I know what you mean. I'm kinda surprised. I didn't think you the type. But a boy's gotta grow up. Be a man. You're 19 now, right? I felt my cheeks burning beneath my mask. Thank God I have a mask. Yes, sir? I got a bit of a rule. I don't like them young'uns running around with this stuff. They came around the other day asking for it, but I said they gotta be older, or at least more mature. Some of this stuff is pure fantasy, not real. I saw people on the road who, even if they were old fucks, not get that. You promise to understand that? I had no idea what he was talking about. I simply nodded, trying not to look at the ground. Yes, sir. You ain't gotta be all formal like that, Runt. I trust you, just needed to hear you understand. Red turned and tugged a key loose from around his neck. Spinning on his creaky chair, he pulled out a stack of glossy magazines from a locked drawer in his desk. Spread them on his desk, he stopped and turned back to me. Runt, I got a couple of types of magazines here for people, of all tastes. If it ain't too strange to ask, what's the type of, thing you're looking for? My eyes darted to the magazine spread, embarrassment twisting up inside me like a dying snake. There were all manner of body parts on display. Skin I had never seen anywhere but on my own body, and rarely that. Seeing all that exposed skin, it made me all nervous. Kinda scared. And curious. And kinda aching. Excited curiosity I couldn't ignore. But Red's words made me panic. I didn't have an answer. I couldn't say it was for the twins. I had to think, asking myself a question I had never asked before. What was I into? Growing up, we had some rules about women, rules that became less important as the blackout happened, as the work needed to be shared. Housework and all that was a woman's duty, as Dad always said. Now it was mine, as the youngest and weakest. Oh, I hate that. My brothers always called me girly, doing the housework they made me do. It made me want to marry a woman, or have any of my brothers marry a woman, so I wouldn't have to do all the chores. But a while ago, I thought about how much it must suck to be told that your whole life. I didn't want to marry someone to make him do that. Yet, that was the only time I ever thought about a woman or being near a woman. The question sat with me. How I never considered what I wanted. My eyes went back to the magazines. Women weren't the only ones on the covers in the pile. I saw flashes of hips and chests and thick bushes. I was startled when I saw a big cot standing to attention on the front cover of one and looked away. The red in my cheeks got hotter. I had never considered it, but of course there were porn mags with girls. There would be ones with guys. I had heard from the twins, of course, when I was younger and dumber, that sometimes guys did it with guys. Hunter had some hateful words about all that, but it rarely came up. When I asked how, they laughed, tried to explain it to me. It took a minute to wrap my head around it, but it clicked together. I felt more of that twist in my stomach. They said that back in the day they heard that men were doing it more and more, that the country was changing before the blackout happened. I looked back at the magazines. I couldn't lie about it. Red would know if I wasn't choosing for myself. The twins would have to make do with whatever I got them. My head spun. What do I want? Runt, what will it be? Oh! I was gonna say, I hope there's no big cock on the screen. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh. What one? Can't I just take them all? None of them appealed to me. No. We gotta take one. I don't know. It sounded like Runt just... I don't know. I feel like he leans more gay than straight. That's what I get with what we just learned. But it was very... you get to choose type of deal. So I think we're gonna do that. Give me hung and ready. Men? I figured as much. I'm getting called out. Running around with all your brothers. Kind of hard to imagine a woman when all you're used to is that. I didn't know what he meant by that. Okay, now Hunter needs to avoid me and never look me in the eye. Because if he catches me with that magazine, I think I'm dead. But I did remember feeling a certain way about some fellas, some others around town. I got long looks from some, looks that didn't feel like they were waiting to jump me or hate me, but like they wanted me to look back. I hadn't really thought too hard about it, though. I never really had the time to. I like Cherilise, but she felt like a sister. Most girls felt like that. Not that I talked to too many of them. It didn't matter, though. There wasn't a soul I could talk to about this. Hunter would beat me bloody if he found me with nudie mags of men. He had some real strong opinions about all that, so as much as I wanted to keep him a night or two for myself, I'd have to deliver them quick. Do you want some of these older ones? Lot of bush in them. Thanks. Anything is fine. Red laughed and handed me a stack of magazines. Be careful with that. Don't be, letting loose all over... letting loose all over the pages. I won't. Why does it say I'm still streaming on Twitch? I'm not. What is going on? Jeez, Red. We ain't got a lot of them. We gotta keep them. It's like the library. This is... see, look! This is the library. Bring it back like I gave it to you. Acquired porn magazine. I best be heading out. Lots still to do. Alright, I'll see you around, Runt. Don't be a stranger. With one final glance, I looked out the window and stared at the little lights around Skipclaw. At least he was really chill about it. He's like, okay, yeah, here you go. Very chill guy. Everything seemed so tiny and far off, like little toys. The handful of people wandering around town looked like little bugs, bracing against the cold. As I made my way back down the steps, the heaviness returned. Brick by brick, the feather lightness that came from being so high up was crushed. Back into the dark land below I went. Okay, so we have 3 hours. So we need to do the hot bath, but we need to drop those, well, I guess it's multiple. We need to drop those magazines off to the twins now. Once we do that, we'll do the hot bath and then Beth. I parked myself on one of the benches outside the old antique stores, knowing I wouldn't have to wait long before the twins came along. Sure enough, in a few minutes, I spotted them down the road as they spotted me. Temple shouted, waving, and they both hightailed it over like the devil was on their heels. The two of them came to a crash and stop near the bench, buzzing with excitement to see me. Hey, Runt! They're like, oh, he has them! What's up? What's going on? I just came around to say hi. Ain't it just another beautiful day in Skipclaw? Ugh, all this mud is awful. The thaw has got to be one of the worst parts of the year. Mrs. Holmwood made everyone take off their shoes in class today because she didn't want all the mud tracked in, and the room stunk. Oh, it was so bad. She literally had to open up a window to air the place out for like an hour, and it still stunk. Yeah, it just made the room smell cold and stinky. Gross. Well, how'd the pit jumping go yesterday? It was cool. Yeah, it was pretty alright, I guess. Did he clear the pit? Nope, we went straight into the mud. Yeah, it was funny. The pit wasn't even a foot deep. The way they were talking about it, it didn't sound like they found it funny. They sounded disappointed. Sad. Something the matter? Did he get hurt? He got a bike bar to his nuts. I mean, that happens. But he's fine. Yeah, he didn't break anything. It's just, well, we thought it'd be okay to go yesterday, but everyone's sorta mad at us. That surprised me. As far as I knew, the twins were pretty popular in their friend group. Temple sighed. Church scratched the back of their head. Did you hear about Hazel getting hurt last week? I shook my head. Yeah, so it was kind of our fault. Yeah. We feel real bad about it. Yeah. And we weren't trying to hurt nobody, but it wouldn't have happened if Hazel hadn't been so drunk. Yeah, like, Luke was the one that brought the booze, and we didn't even have any. Alright, what happened? Church and Temple attempted to unravel the story for me, taking me first through a confusing web of who liked who in their friend group and who used to like who, then stopping to detail what had happened months ago at a birthday party. Oh, I'm getting all the tea today. I couldn't follow a single bit of it. Thankfully, Temple started waving their hands around, saying none of it actually mattered anyway, and Church was giving me too much information. The gist of it was that what was relevant was some of the older teens had gotten together, gotten drunk, and then decided it was the perfect night to do some wall standing. Immediately, I knew right where this story was headed. Wall standing was this thing townie kids did. Real stupid, real reckless. They'd climb up on the wall and stand there, arms out, back to the outside, seeing how long they could last before scaring themselves silly. It was very firmly the kind of thing that was not allowed. Nobody was meant to be close to the wall unless they were doing a perimeter check with Hunter's explicit permission. After everyone who wanted to had given wall standing a shot, Temple had the bright idea that if Hazel really wanted to impress her crush, she had to try to beat the wall standing record then and there. Hazel was up the wall in a flash, alcohol and boy fever fueling a rapid ascend. Once on top, though, she spotted something bad. Their ruckus had been making too much noise, too close to the wall, and a twister was coming. Chaos ensued. Hazel was yelling and screaming that she needed help getting down and was too afraid to jump. But the twister was at a full run in seconds, bellowing out that horrible cry. There was no time to fetch a ladder, no time to do anything but jump. Down below, Church and Temple promised they'd catch her. She didn't have time to say no or think about it. She jumped. The twins went down with her, Hazel landing hard on top of them both. I swore I heard her bones crack when she hit the ground. It was awful. She screamed so loud. What'd she break? Her wrist. Dad said it sounded like it was pretty bad too. Yeah, she got it in a splint right now, but Dad isn't sure how good it'll heal. There's so many little bones in there. I feel just awful, but it was an accident. I didn't mean for her to get hurt. Fuck, guys, that sucks. Yeah. It sucks too, cause, like, everyone's real pissed at us, and we didn't get Hazel drunk or anything. She wouldn't have done it if she was sober. Yeah, it was stupid. I was just joking anyways. And now, like, nobody really wants to hang out with us that much. Everybody usually follows us around and stuff, but now, I don't know. Nobody likes us. I'm sorry, guys. Was Hazel's crush impressed at least? Temple shrugged. Church didn't say anything. I could tell they wanted to change the subject. You two got anything going on today? Maybe. Yeah. You heard about the ghosts around town. Ghosts? People keep seeing ghosts in some of the old buildings. All the ones that are locked up, you know. We gotta go ghost hunting, it seems. People think it's, what is it? Dead workers coming back to do their old jobs and stuff? What's that called? Tape theory? I don't know. Sounds scary though, right? Bunch of mill workers who died in horrible sawmill accidents going through their old routines with no idea that they're dead. Ghosts, huh? What do they look like exactly? Just like a misty shape, I think? Yeah, nothing really specific, no faces or anything, just pale shapes floating around. After what I'd experienced last night, there was no doubt in my mind that what those ghosts actually were. I think those are smokes, you guys. Really? Yeah, have you two never seen a smoke before? No. They aren't ghosts? I wouldn't bet on it. Shit. Fuck. Oh no. I don't know about ghost hunting now. You see, we kind of have plans to get a group together for ghost hunting. Yeah, we've got a real scary place picked out and all. But if it's not ghosts, where were you going? Well, don't get mad, but we were kind of planning on going to the witch's house. My stomach dropped. I knew exactly which house they were talking about. It was an old 2-story farmhouse, paint peeling, windows busted out, floors collapsing. It had been abandoned and strictly off limits for as long as I could remember. And it was on our land. You couldn't see it from our house, but it was just over the hill, hidden in an overgrown copse of trees. I hadn't seen it in years. There wasn't much point in going over to that part of the property, but that place scared me. Rumor was that some horrible witch had lived there long ago, and you could still hear her screaming and wailing in the middle of the night. And if you went up to her house even close enough that she could spy you through a window, she'd trap you inside forever. Absolutely, do not, for any reason, go into that house. Why? You scared of it? There's no witch, it's just a dumb story. Ooh, RUNT scared. No, I ain't. Just stay away, okay? Don't ever come on the property. Promise me. Temple and Church were quiet. Promise me. You're being mean. No, I ain't. You two are like my only friends. I don't want anything happening to you. Temple and Church lowered their heads sheepishly. How about we won't go to the witch's house if you come ghost hunting with us? You guys know I can't. There's plenty of other scary buildings, right? Like ones you won't get shot at if Hunter hears you fooling around in there. Yeah, I I fear Hunter more than I fear the smokes. He's real mad lately. If you guys come on the property, I just don't want to see anyone getting hurt. Okay, I guess we won't go to the witch's house. You're real scared of it, though, aren't ya? No. Yeah, you sound so scared when we mentioned it. You're so afraid of witches. No, I ain't afraid of witches. I'm afraid of Hunter. Everyone should be. I was actually very afraid of the idea of witches. Yeah, you are, scaredy cat. Oh, little runt, don't worry. We'll protect ya. Do you know any other scary buildings? We gotta find the worst one. Why's it gotta be the worst? You can't hunt for ghosts somewhere that's not scary. That's ghost hunting 101. Nobody'll have fun if we're hunting ghosts in Dad's office. I'm sure you can find some creepy old building and ghost hunt in. Well, wherever you go, just be real careful, okay? That shit out there ain't ghosts, it's smokes. Make sure when you go out, everyone's got flashlights and spare batteries and, okay, Dad. Yeah, thanks, old man. We'll just be fine, don't you worry. Okay, jeez. The twins laughed. Your new mask is so cool, by the way. What is it supposed to be? Oh, I think it's like maybe a fox? But it kind of looks like a moth or a butterfly a bit too, I don't know. I just pieced a bunch of leather scraps together that I found. I think they were from an old jacket or something. Well, it's super cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. You know, if you ever want beads or trinkets or something for your look, we got cool stuff we can trade you. Yeah, we have a lot of... Wait, stop. Oh my god. Idea. Runt. You would be the coolest person in the whole entire fucking world if you got us something from Carver's stash. I already got you porn mags. What more do you want from me? Oh my god. You're a genius. Carver always looks so cool, which is not fair. Do you know where he gets all of his stuff? I, honestly have no clue. Man, I want to look as cool as him. He just has a cat mask and a little cat necklace. Like, come on, guys. I think you guys look super cool. I mean, you aren't dressed up like a cat for some reason. He looks so cool. It's flashy. It's different. Every season, his stuff gets cooler and cooler. Oh man, Runt, you don't get it. He's the coolest looking person in Skip Claw. I must have not gotten it. To me, Carver only ever looked like exactly what he was, an unbearable, attention-seeking asshole. He isn't hoarding fashion magazines or anything, is he? I, don't know. I don't really go in his room. If you ever do, and swipe us something of his, we will pay you back big time. Yeah, anything you want. Literally anything. Well, maybe... As much as I would have rather seen some of Carver's fashions in the hands of the twins, I didn't feel like I was gonna be trying to sneak into that room anytime soon. Actually, I got something even better than stuff from Carver's stash for you here. I swung my backpack around and pulled out the porn mag I picked up for them yesterday. Not yesterday. I literally did it like an hour ago. They both gasped and four hands in unison grabbed the magazine. I got a trophy for that, by the way. They rifled through the magazine, flipping through page after page, ravenous to take it all in. Ooh! Oh, this is good. Damn, would you look at that? Fuck, that's hot. Wait, go back, there. Whoa, oh my god. I didn't know they made them that big. The twins were absorbed, utterly silent for a long moment before moving on. So hung and ready, huh? You got something you want to tell us, Runt? Yeah, you, batting for the other team? Wouldn't it be the same team? Because the other team would be girls, right? It would be the same team. No, that's correct. Never mind. That's the correct way to say it. Even if I didn't understand exactly what church meant, their questions put a knot in my stomach. I tried to swallow it down and play it cool. Huh? Are you gay? That word hit hard. I could feel sweat prickling at my skin. The twins had mischief in their voices, a touch of delight. Did I really trust the twins enough to tell them? They weren't the best at keeping secrets, and if any of my brothers got word of this, I was dead. Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't have chose this one. I didn't realize I was choosing hardcore mode with this magazine. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? The twins are my friends. They are my friends. They're not gonna do anything. I might be. I ain't so sure yet, really. Don't tell anyone, please. We won't tell. Yeah. Like, really. Please don't tell anyone. I don't want Hunter to. Hey man, it's okay. Yeah, this can stay just between us, okay? Temple reached out and patted my arm. The simple comfort of their hand made all the tears I was holding back flood forward. Hey, don't cry. Oh, Runt. Hey, it's okay. Oh, the twins. Oh, they're so nice. Oh, I love them. Are you sad crying or happy crying? Yeah, we can't tell. I don't know. Temple squeezed my arm and then hugged me gently. It's okay, buddy. Church came in and hugged me too. It's okay, Runt. We're here for you, man. We stood there a while, me stuck between them, sniffling and crying over something I didn't really understand at the time. I now know what it was. It was the shock of acceptance. The feeling that something that I'd been raised to believe was this bad was actually right. And that I was loved. Oh. Thanks, you guys. They nodded and let me go. Don't tell anybody. I started crying either. Nobody in the whole world will ever know anything about this if you don't want them to, okay? Yeah, and can I say honestly, I'm glad you're gay. Yeah, we like men too, you know? Wait, what? You two are gay? Well, I wouldn't say that. We like men and women and like everyone. I like women more than Temple does, though. How do you know that? You can't know that. Yes, the twins need to be protected. Oh. I hope they don't go ghost hunting. I hope they stay safe. I hope Hunter doesn't beat them. Like, they are good. They are good little they don't, I don't think they ever gave a gender for the twins. They just referred to them as, like, gender-neutral terms. But yes, the twins need to be protected forever. I just do. They were laughing between themselves while I was stuck there in shock. Joyful shock. I wasn't alone. With horror, I watched them tear out a few pages like... Shit. Red's gonna kill me! I watched them tear out a few pages that really spoke to them. Red probably wasn't gonna like that much, but I could take the heat for the twins and claim I tore them out myself. Thanks again for picking this up for us. Yeah, take your time giving that back to Red, man. There's some real good stuff in there. Wait, no, you guys have to keep it. This cannot go back into my house. Oh my god. Crap, that magazine's gonna come back into the house with me. Oh, this is gonna be great. Great. Shit. I just nodded, slipping the magazine back into my bag without a word. Alright, as promised, a reward for you. We kind of found out, don't ask how, that Cherilise is pregnant. I already knew that. I already knew she was pregnant. My whore of a brother knocked her up. I already figured that out, guys. Come on. I need more. Oh, that's big. It is, isn't it? It's maybe the juiciest thing we've ever uncovered. You didn't get it by spying on your dad, did you? Nope. That's unethical. Yeah, we hate being grounded. Not worth it anymore. Well, thanks for that. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this knowledge. Temple just shrugged. Talking to the twins so much made me almost forget the evidence from the church I held in my bag. If I wanted to show them, I ought to do it now. But before I could think it over, the twins perked up. And what's this? Before I knew it, Temple circled one side of me while Church circled the other. They moved like sneaky little pups, and Temple snatched the sketch, peeking out my bag quicker than I could react. Hey! Whoa, what's this? I sighed as they started pouring over the paper. Yeah, I was gonna show it to you. Would you give me y'all's thoughts on it? The twins' heads bobbed up and down in unison and turned back to the sketch. Oh, this is crazy looking. What is it? S-N-A-Y-S? Yeah, no. No, it says days. Oh shit, yeah, days. Days? No. 5. It says 5 days. That's what I thought too. Weird. Yeah, really creepy. What is this? Just trying some art, doing some sketches. They did another quick glance at each other. Sure. Okay. They stood there, enraptured by the drawing, dead silent. I dug the bloody scrap out of my bag and handed it over. Alright, what about this? Church snatched the scrap up first, turning it over and over in their hands before Temple got a hold of it. I wasn't done. It stinks! Huh? Does it? Church lifted their mask up just enough to smell. Oh, yuck. Ew. That's nasty. They were both laughing, seemingly unbothered by the fact that what they had in their hand was blood. It wasn't blood, though. It was not blood. The doctors confirmed that it was not blood. Where'd you find this? Just somewhere it shouldn't have been. It kind of looks like blood, but it smells like those weird signs. Oh. Interesting. Okay, we might need to visit Jean. We're not going to be able to do it today, but... Whoa, really? He uses all this old rotten paint, and that stuff stinks. Kinda, I don't know, rotten smelling, rancid. You can smell it when they're fresh, then it kinda dies down. Smells just like this. Huh, so you don't think it's blood? My money'd be on paint, rotten paint. Maybe both, but why would you mix blood and paint? It's definitely weird. Go check on Wacko Gene and see what he says. If he's missing any red paint, maybe you got your man. They handed back the scrap and I tucked it away. Thanks for all the help, you guys. I really appreciate it. Of course. We're here for you, man. Whatever you need. Drop by tomorrow, okay? I'll do what I can. I turned on my heel and walked away from the plaza. Just before I turned the corner, I looked over my shoulder at them, seeing them, young and giggling, as they sat on the plaza wall. I felt such a vicious bite of jealousy. Where were my friends, my free time, my worryless days? I try not to let it get to me. I still try not to. Not getting the freewheeling childhood, you can never get another one. So we are getting a lot of information today. We have 2 hours. So we visited the twins. We need to visit Jean, but we need to go to the hot bath. Just so we can get that out of the way. And then we will maybe visit Bess, maybe? I still haven't found Mark. So I'm not for sure. The hot bath was an old building Skipclaw had fitted together to serve as a place people could take a nice long soak without being strictly alone. It was open regular hours a few days a week and usually pretty busy. Outside them hours, a key under a fake rock would let you in. Except, of course, the day I came around to check. The hot bath door was locked up tight and the key was not under its designated rock. Hunter is going to kill me, and it's not even my fault. He's gonna beat me for being stinky, and then I'd be like, the key wasn't there. I spent a good 5-10 minutes scrounging around the front of the place looking under every rock and leaf on the damn ground for a glimpse of that shining key and found fuck all. I sighed. Fucking typical, an easy enough task. Go take a fucking bath, and I couldn't even do that without fucking it up. I could have left, but, I mean, I wasn't a princess about this kind of shit, but I could tell I needed a good wash, and I knew I'd get a licking for stinking, especially if everyone but me managed to bathe. But the guy who ran the hot bath lived across town, and, man, I don't want to trudge all the way there to his house to bug him. I stood on the sidewalk, hands on my hips, assessing the situation. There are two choices in front of me: break in or get hell for stinking. But how would I get in? Okay, so green is more holy, it seems. Okay, so Fisher is like a holy man? Okay, let me write this down. Interesting. I hope that, I don't want to kick it. But I don't want to be holy. Do I give up? Ask God. We'll give up. Unfortunately, I didn't reckon I had the strength to knock the door in. I'd have to find another way in. Every window in the front was closed up tight. I wandered around the left-hand side, peering around the corner, and it was the same story there. Down the right side, though, I spied one of the old windows cracked open. Here's where I faltered a touch. It was pretty high up, and there wasn't a ladder nearby I could see. Even if there was, I wasn't good at heights. But I couldn't go home without washing. Fucking easy. If I had a grappling hook like the spy in that thriller, I could whip it into the corner of the window frame, scale the wall, and roll on through, ready for action. Unfortunately, well, I did not own a grappling hook. I did not know if anyone, in fact, in all of Skipclaw owned a grappling hook. It occurred to me that maybe they weren't real. Nah, they were definitely real. Down the right